What's up, everybody? Trey Biddy with HawgSports.com. After Arkansas's announcement of John Calipari as the head coach of the Razorbacks, formal introduction, press conference that followed. I tell you what, it was really long. It felt like it went like that. It was a really long 4 days. I mean, it's wild how long this all took to develop from Saturday night all the way to Wednesday night with his formal introduction. Really, they announced it, I guess, at 9 o'clock, but it felt like forever. And now it kind of feels like it's what's next, you know? John Calipari at the podium is just, the guy's a storyteller. He's such a great communicator and always has been. You knew you were going to get that. Like, he answers questions before you ask the questions. That's one thing I like about him. You know, it doesn't just stop here either. Like, Arkansas's all over the place. National media is talking about it. You turn on the TV, everybody's got something to say. Some of it's bull crap. A lot of national people think Arkansas is third tier and all this kind of stuff. We don't care what you say. We don't care what you think. Look what we just did, all right? Arkansas went out and paid $7 million for a basketball coach, second highest salary in the country. Tons of NIL support, all this crap about Arkansas's got APR issues. I haven't heard anybody talk about APR in like 3 or 4 years. Just ridiculous. Arkansas's got all these NIL issues. No, I don't think so. I think they're okay. I think they're okay. Shout out to John Tyson. I mean, the guy helped put this together. Shout out to Hunter Yurachek. The guy caught a lot of flack. Has Hunter Yurachek lost his you-know-what? Or is he playing chess? I think we know what he was doing. Certainly wasn't out of the AD playbook, but when you go out and you make a hire like that, you finish things up with a John Calipari hire, you shut a lot of people up, and he knew what he did. He'd walking in here feeling like a boss, and he should. He did a hell of a job, and he's to be commended for that. It's kind of crazy to think you end a 4-8 football season with the hire of Bobby Petrino as offensive coordinator, bringing Bobby back, and then you end a 16-17 basketball season bringing Calipari in. I mean, what in the hell? Who would have predicted something like that? Now, the trick is to turn it around because it can stop quickly. There's so much to talk about here, and the national media is going to be following it, not just people in Kentucky because they're going to still be looking, but they're going to be, my content I know is going to see an uptick. The interest nationally in Arkansas, everywhere, is going to see an uptick. Everybody I think will benefit from this hire. Businesses, Arkansas basketball program, the other programs will benefit from this. It'll just bleed over to everything else. Dead period. Tomorrow's the last day of the dead period. That's Thursday. Friday, I think we're going to see some movement really quick. Like, how do you build this roster now? You got to go out and, you bring in your assistant coaches. I'm sure a lot of guys will come from Kentucky. Probably maybe a couple people here, maybe Ronnie Brewer. There's probably a couple other people on staff here that may stay on board. Who knows? Do you go out, do you try to bring back maybe a couple guys who entered the transfer portal from this roster? I thought it was funny. Calipari said he met with a team, and there were 3 guys, but they were all in the portal. So I'm sure that he was probably just joking about that. But, where do you go here? Do you try to re-recruit some of the guys that were committed? I mean, obviously there was 6 or 7 guys committed at Kentucky. They were in on another top 20 player. AJ Storr at Wisconsin was a guy that they were really heavily involved with as number 2 transfer portal player. Like, how do you build this roster now? Put your assistant coaching staff together. That's going to be a story every time something like that comes out. And you got 13 spots to fill. I think probably most of us would say about 7 transfer portal guys and about 6 recruits. Probably be the right formula. And I think you're going to see a lot of Kentucky flavor with the guys that come in. There'll probably be some guys on Kentucky's roster, probably be some guys that, that they recruited that were committed to them, and probably some guys that they were targeting in the transfer portal to fill this roster out. I think it's absolutely wild. You look at Bet Saracen and Arkansas's plus 4,000, which is the 14th best odds in the nation, and there's nobody on this basketball roster. That's what John Calipari brings. It's not just going to be this, and it's been insane how much media attention and how much people have been following along with Arkansas, how much people talking crap about Arkansas. You guys know what I say about that. I get real tired of people who have no ties, no connection to this state, who have the strongest opinion about what Arkansas is, what Arkansas should be happy with, and what Arkansas's limitations are. You're about to find out, I think. I think you might be about to find out what Arkansas's limitations are. Calipari, damn it. Calipari, Matthew Perry Calipari. That's how you remember it. Calipari is completely redefined home run hire, grand slam hire, walk-off home run, grand slam, whatever. I mean, it's about as big as it gets, right? As big a name as you can get. I mean, there's not a lot of national championship coaches. I was talking with Mike Irwin before the press conference today, and he was like, it was Danny Ford who won a national championship. Obviously, that was in a different part of his life, and then John Calipari, two guys that have won national championships. When I think about like the big hires that Arkansas has made, this one just trumps all of them. I mean, thinking back to like, guys that were hired from like what would, is known now as Power 5, Power 4, like Lou Holtz, and Brett Bielema was the biggest hire of that college football season. Mike Anderson coming from Missouri, who had an Elite 8 run. Nobody's even close to this. I mean, nobody is even close. I don't have any doubt that they're going to build a fantastic basketball roster. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think the fans will come out. And I'll say this too, like, because Eric Muselman, when somebody leaves you, it never feels good, right? A buddy of mine said, like, it's with Muselman though, it's like, you break up with your girlfriend, the next thing you know, she's dating Tom Brady. So that's kind of what the situation is. But I'll say this about Muselman: the guy came in and revived Arkansas. He was the best coach that Arkansas had here in 25 years. 2 Elite 8 appearances. Let's don't act like we didn't enjoy that. Sweet 16 last year. And obviously this year was disappointing, and that happens sometime in basketball. But I've heard people say, like, Muselman didn't leave the program in as good a place as he found it because there's nobody on the roster. And when he came in, he inherited players and stuff. And sure, he did. It's a different era then. When he did, there were still sit ones. It's just different in college basketball now because players can just hop in the portal easily and go get money somewhere else. But you can also do that with your roster. You can just build your roster back up. And it'll be interesting to see, is this roster with the quick turnaround and all that stuff, is it going to be a competitive roster? Is it going to be a top 25 roster even, We'll see. Because it's still going to be shocking to be able to put a roster together that quick in year one from nothing. Can they put that roster together? How competitive, how good can this basketball team be right out of the gate? It's a different era in college basketball. So anyway, amazing stuff. John Calipari, new head basketball coach at the University of Arkansas, officially announced this morning. The ceremony was today. I don't know what else there is to say, but it's exciting. Plenty of stuff to still cover, and there's going to be a lot of eyes on it at Arkansas because of this hire. So before we get out of here, amazing hire by Hunter Yurachek, John Tyson, everybody else that was involved in it. Phenomenal job putting this together. And it just, when I first heard about it, like on Saturday, let's see, did it come out Sunday? Was that when it leaked? I think I might have my days mixed up. It's been a whirlwind. I think I said Saturday, but Saturday was like when I first heard about it. And I just put it out as rumor. I was like, hey, this is the rumor that's about to spread like wildfire across Arkansas Twitter. And it turned out to be true. Wes Moore, Trey Shapp, both those guys, they were on top of it. All right, everybody. That's it. Walk and Talk's over. We got plenty of content to put out at HawgSports, HawgSports.com. Appreciate you joining me, everybody. I can't find my stuff. It's around here. I put it down here somewhere. All right, everybody. This has been Trey Biddy with HawgSports.com from Bud Walton Arena, and we'll catch you next time.